Washing your hands should always be your first step. Cleanliness is key. The finest ingredients for this lobster dinner, served with a side of broccoli and mashed potatoes. Another important step is to wash your vegetables, because like your hands, you want your vegetables to be clean. Cleanliness is key. We'll be doing lots of boiling with this lobster dinner, so get a medium saucepan and fill it with warm water. We'll place the saucepan on the stove. And we'll also bring our large pot and fill that with hot water as well. Sometimes I like to balance my pot on the sink. Ta-da! Once both pots are full of water, let's turn both burners on high. We want to bring this water to a boil. Let's also preheat the oven to 360 degrees. We will be roasting our broccoli. It's now time to begin to prepare our ingredients. The first thing I'm going to do is peel the skins off the potato. I'm going to peel the skins onto a piece of tinfoil I have lying down. This is going to make for an easy throwaway when we are complete. One potato down, on to the second. the third potato. I'm really good at skinning these potatoes. Now that all the potatoes are peeled, I'll be easily able to throw all these skins away thanks to the tin foil. Once we're done cleaning up the potatoes, we'll be able to move on to the broccoli. We're gonna cut the heads off this broccoli and then scatter them around the bottom of this pan thing. Quick trip to wash my hands, because as I always say, cleanliness is key. Once I'm all cleaned up, I'm gonna add some black pepper and extra virgin olive oil on top of the broccoli. Let's see how we're looking. Oh yeah, that's gonna be so good. Let's throw the broccoli in the oven. We're gonna aim to keep this in here for 20 minutes, but we'll check on it periodically. While the broccoli is beginning to roast, we're gonna start chopping up these potatoes into small cubes. Chop, chop, chop. Some of these chops are easier than others. Please be careful and do not cut yourself. Always use a sharp knife and not a dull knife, because with a dull knife, you'll be pushing twice as hard. Be safe. After all the potatoes are cut up, we'll be able to throw them into our boiling water. Slowly but surely. Oops, I missed a couple. And a couple just won't come off. That's alright. Let's check on our broccoli. Oh yeah, looking good. It's now time to focus on our main entree, the lobster. Take the lid off your big pot that is now boiling and get some salt. We're going to take this salt and sprinkle it into the boiling water to give it flavor, just like we're putting him back in the ocean with some salt water. A quick hand wash to get the salt off my skin. And a quick stir to mix all the salt in. We're going to put this ladle down over here as we will use it again soon. And now we're ready to add our lobster to the water. One last look at our little guy, and we'll plop them on in there head first. Throw the lid back on, and we will boil this lobster for 13 minutes. About halfway, let's check on everything. Ooh, steamy. Looking good. The potatoes are boiling nicely, and our broccoli is looking scrumptious. Time's up. Let's get this lobster out of the water. Wow, hot, hot, hot. Now you should use tongs to get this lobster out, but I don't own tongs, so I'm going to use a spatula and a fork. Hopefully it should work out. Oh yeah, look at that lobster, perfectly boiled. A claw fell off too during boiling, so I have to retrieve that from the pot. That's alright, buddy. I'll put it back where it belongs. Look at all that steam. This was a hot pot. Look at that lobster. Steaming to perfection. This is gonna taste so good. A fun fact about lobsters: in the 1800s, Massachusetts created a law stating prisoners would not be allowed to eat lobster more than twice a week. They viewed lobster as a cockroach of the sea. Little did they know how delicious this lobster actually is. It's also good that none of us are prisoners, but if you are, I hope you are on the road to recovery. The lobster is very hot, so we're going to let it cool while we mash our potatoes. Oh wow, one of the potatoes I dropped from earlier is still on the burner, and I burnt it to a crisp. Ooh, very hot as well. Using an oven mitt, I'm going to grab this pot and take it over to the sink where we're going to strain the potatoes. Put cool water on, so that way the boiling water is negated when you dump it down the sink. We'll add the potatoes back to the pan. Wow, what a perfect pour by me. Unlike earlier. Now we're going to take this ladle and smash all the potatoes in the pot. You could use other utensils, but I find this to be the easiest. This is going to mash all of our potatoes. Smash, smash, smash. Boom, that's perfect. To add flavor, I'm going to pour some garlic powder in the mashed potatoes. The next step is to pour some milk in. This will give us the consistency we are looking for. Just a small pour. We don't want these too liquidy. Now get a spoon or an ice cream scooper like I'm using and stir and mix. We'll get all the milk absorbed by our potatoes. Let's see how we're looking. Oh yeah, those are perfectly mashed. They're gonna taste so good. Let's put a lid over these mashed potatoes to keep them warm as we move to the lobster. Preparing the lobster is a simple process. It just takes skill and precision. Let's see if we have what it takes. The first step is cutting off the tail. Get as close to the base as possible and do one quick chop down. We're then gonna press the tail between the palms of our hands and squeeze. This will break the shell, allowing the meat to begin to separate. We're then gonna pry this lobster tail, separating the meat from the shell. This will give us an easy access to get all the meat from the tail. Perfect. A quick cleanup of my workstation, and we'll move on to the claws. The first step in removing the meat from the claws is separating the knuckle, but since this claw fell out during boiling, we can skip that part. One quick cut at the base of the claw, and the meat should come out simply. Beautiful! Let's plate this claw. For the second claw, we will twist and separate. Twist. And separate. Again, we will push down with our knife and easily extract the lobster claw meat. This guy was being a little more tricky, so I broke the claw and will eventually push the meat forward. Still effective. Boom! Let's plate that claw. A quick cleanup of our workstation, and then we'll be able to plate our sides and begin to eat. And not soon enough. I'm getting hungry. Time to get the broccoli out of the oven. Use an oven mitt. This pan is going to be hot. That looks so good. I can't wait to eat that. Wow, look at those potatoes steam. Some broccoli for me. This broccoli is perfectly roasted. And now some mashed potatoes too. This is the perfect meal. My mouth is watering just looking at this. Let's eat. A cold beer will go great with this lobster dinner. I will be drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Only drink if you are over 21 years of age. Those mashed potatoes are so good. Perfect texture. The roasted broccoli is great as well. Let's try the lobster. Oh my gosh, that is the greatest lobster I ever had. Well, thank you again for joining me as we cooked this lobster dinner. I hope your lobster turns out as good as mine. God bless.